Hello again, and welcome back to Marketing with Purpose. My name is Monica Pitts, and with me today, I have my trusty but not rusty sidekick, Stacy Brockmeyer. Although you've been with me a long time, I think both of us could be rusty at this point.
I was going to say, I think that depends on the day. Occasionally, there might be a rusty day, but then we just add a little elbow grease and move on.
Yeah, or chocolate.
Or chocolate, yeah, for
sometimes just lunch. So today we are talking about something that we know intimately. We've worked with nonprofits for since the beginning of Make Create, so well over 20 years now. And year-end giving is a big deal to you guys, and we know that. And we see so many nonprofit websites that just aren't ready for year-end giving. Like, you are starting your campaign, you're scrambling, and your donors are ready to give, but your website is not ready to receive, which sucks. It's terrible, and it breaks our hearts. And so we just want to remind you that your year-end giving is not just the marketing, sending people back to the website. It's not just the mailers and the emails. It's about what happens when they get to your website. We need them to actually convert once they get there. So, yeah. We're going to go over our must-have checklist. So there's 3 parts to this checklist. One is the crucial stuff that you absolutely can't skip. Like, literally, I know you don't have time. I know that. You're going to have to make time. I don't know, like, stay up late one night and do it because you have to do this, or like your donations literally will not come through, which sucks. And the donors are not going to tell you that they're not coming through. You figure it out later.
And then you've put all the time and energy into your marketing, and it didn't work because your website wasn't ready.
It's horrible.
Literally the saddest thing.
Ask us how we know. Maybe I did it once myself. For myself.
Yeah.
That was a bad day. Really bad day. Lots of tears that day, my friends. Lots of tears. Okay, and I don't want you to have those same tears. So the first part of this episode is going to be all about the critical stuff that you just absolutely can't skip. And then we're going to go over a fact checklist, things that you just need to make sure are correct. It will not take you long to go through that list. You might even be able to delegate it to someone else. And last but not least, the nice stuff that you could do if you had time, which some of it was hard to put in that list. Like, I wanted to put everything in the must-have list, but then I had to prioritize for you for this episode. So, without further ado, let's get into our last-minute year-end giving website checklist. Let's get to business. You're on a mission, and you just need more people to know about it. And whether you're brand new to marketing or a seasoned pro, we are all looking for answers to make marketing decisions with purpose. I'm Monica Pitts, a techie, crafty business owner, mom, and aerial dancer who solves communication challenges through technology. This podcast is all about digging in and going digital. I'll share my marketing know-how and business experience from almost 20 years of misadventures. I'll be your backup dancer, so you can stop doubting and get moving towards marketing with purpose. Just one more teeny tiny thing before we get started. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Make Create Design. Yes, that's my company. But no, really. This episode is brought to you with love by our resource, the Year-End Campaign Planning Checklist. It's a monthly breakdown of activities and campaign messaging goals from September to January. So you can download your free checklist in the resources section of makecreate.com or by clicking on the link in the show notes. Okay, so starting from the top, friends, we're going to go through 3 things in this episode. Number 1, the critical stuff that you cannot skip, or stuff will not happen. And when I say stuff, I'm referring to donations. They won't be coming in if you're planning on gathering them through your website. The second thing we'll go over is your fact check list. Yeah, say that 10 times fast. That's not easy. And then last but not least, we'll talk about the nice stuff to do if you have time. And really, there's still some really crucial things on there that will improve the conversions on your website. It's just things will still work technically if you don't do them. All right, so starting off with the critical stuff. Seriously, do not skip this. We're going to start with the very, very number one thing Do not skip this. Stacy, what is it?
Test your donation form like your budget depends on it. Because it does. Your budget truly depends on testing your donation form. Monica and I may have made this mistake. You know, we really like to get hit over the head with a 2x4. That's how we learn best, is by making our own mistakes. And we've been there, done that. And we certainly do not want you to have that same experience because, oh, how stressful and sad. And you worked on all of this marketing and you've worked on all of this stuff for so long. And then for the last stinking step not to work, it's just so sad. And so please, please, please make sure you check your donation form, and don't just check it like one time. Check it on your computer, check it on your phone, have your like spouse or significant other or teenager or whoever is like a person who is not in your everyday stuff, like test it, because, you know, I sometimes find that when we test our own stuff, we're like, yeah, it works fine because we knew how to work it. And when other people are doing it, they're just doing it differently. And so that's tough. So have other people test it from start to finish, all the way through.
We always have my husband test it. It's kind of annoying when he finds any type of error. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But
I would rather him find it than someone else.
Yeah. And our face plant was on our own stuff, I would like to say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Not for a client. That was our own face plant. But yeah, no. So try different donation amounts. If you have recurring donations, try that. Make sure they're coming through in the credit card processor, not just showing up in the website. Try refunding things. Try, make sure your confirmation emails send. Look at them in your actual email, because it doesn't look the same in the email as it does on the back end of the website or in your donation software service, whatever you're using, right? Yeah. And if it's too complicated, especially older donors, they're just going to leave because they feel out of control and they feel like what they're doing isn't secure. They feel unsafe making a donation on a form that doesn't like logically make sense to them. So you making sure it makes sense, especially to older donors, and they're the ones with the money most of the time, right? It's got to work for them. So like if you can, like have your parents check it for you, right? Like if I send something to my mom, she's going to figure out how to break it. She's so good at that. We actually, okay, this is a very small bunny trail, but we actually figured out why people started and exited on the homepage of a website by watching Stacy's mom use a computer. We were like, oh my gosh, people are just hitting the back button until they get back out of the website. And that's why it was the last visited page. We couldn't figure it out. And then Stacy's mom.
Yep.
Yeah. I think there's a song about your mom.
There is. It's been my favorite song, for like 20 years.
Okay, so the second thing is we need to have our homepage donation link before the fold on your website. The fold, that's a newspaper term, right? Where it folded. So on your website, I want it to be on the screen where they don't have to scroll to get to it. So if it has to be up in your like hero image or in your slideshow or whatever, that's where it should go. It should definitely be on the navigation. Look at it on your phone and make sure they don't have to scroll down to get to the donate button. And it shouldn't be like you have to click to open the navigation drawer to get to the donate button. Like it should be right there. Like, I don't care. Take the video off the top of your homepage on a phone if you have to, but get the donate button there so that way they don't have to scroll to find it. Don't make them hunt for it.
And again, just make sure that is on mobile and desktop above the fold. Like,
yes,
both scenarios. Make sure it's right there for people to see.
Now, Stacy, if they're running like a specific year-end giving campaign, what do they need to do with all their donation buttons?
Those donation buttons actually need to go to that specific campaign. So if you're running a Giving Tuesday or a holiday campaign or like whatever that is, don't make them go to your regular donate page and then click again. Just link them directly to your specific year-end giving campaign. People just don't want to hunt, and you want to make it as easy as possible for your donors. So making sure that they have prominent links, again, above the fold, on your homepage, above the hero image, like right at the very top, mobile and desktop, all the places.
I also think that this is one instance where a pop-up is completely fine, because the people going to your website at this time of year, unless you have a lot of other things going on that you're marketing for, they are going there to make a donation. So if a pop-up shows up with a easy to click on button, I don't think that's rude or out of place at this point. I think it's good use of technology, honestly.
Well, you're giving people what they want immediately, and we all know, we all like immediate gratification. It doesn't matter what age you are.
Well, and one of the benefits of the pop-up is it like grays out the stuff behind it. It makes it front and center. There's not a bunch of other words conflicting or pictures. It's like, here it is. Here's the button. This is what you were looking for, right? And it's no-braining. I like a no-brainer. I don't want to think. Okay. So also, moving through this donation process, make sure that that thank you page works correctly, that people need to know that the donation was submitted successfully, first off. So it needs to work on the website, and it needs to look like you care. It shouldn't just have like a teeny tiny thank you message and the form is still in place. No, I think it should redirect to a whole new page, actually, would be my suggestion.
Yeah, and I think also just making sure that people feel like you're grateful for their donation. So what you don't want is something that is very obviously written by ChatGPT and only just basic and generic. Like, make something that is actually like, thank you so much for your donation of $50. You're going to help feed X number of people. Like, you can do some cool things like that, and it's just neat. Or for every, whatever you're going to do with the money, it's so important to let people know that you care and that you are super thankful for their donation. And then I think also just making sure that it has like the next steps. Like, how can they keep in touch with your organization? Can they follow you on social media? Can they sign up for your emails? That kind of thing. And then lastly, I would say on that thank you page, like it's thank you page / email confirmation, right? So can it send them an actual like receipt with your tax ID on it so that they don't have to wait for that? Because a lot of people will make their year-end donations, print that off, put it in their folder that they're going to use, February, March, April to file their taxes. Now, we don't want that to replace like your personalized thank you note. But if you can get that tax letter to them automatically, like, that is really helpful.
Well, and so when Stacy's talking about these personalized thank you notes or not thank you notes, but thank you messages on the screen and a personalized receipt, the way it works is when people enter their information into the different fields on your website, that information is captured and it's saved in a database. Now, it shouldn't be saving their credit card information. And if it is, we have a way bigger problem than we can solve on this podcast. But it should be saving that information. So you should be able to pull that information out and use kind of little tokens in your email, so that way they can see it, and little tokens on the thank you page, so that way they can see it and personalize it and make it feel more special, because it is really special and they just gave you a really great gift. Yeah. So last but not least, on another very technical note, our fifth, and yes, this is it, fifth must have, is you need to make sure that your SSL certificate is properly on your website. If it's not, they might not even get to your website, quite frankly. So just go out to your website and look and make sure that your URL or your domain name, your website address, whatever you want to call it, starts with HTTPS. It needs an S on it, my friends. And if it doesn't have an S, you don't have an SSL certificate. and that sucks.
And at that point, just call your web developer. You don't need to know how to fix it on your own. You don't need to spend 6 hours while you're in year-end giving campaign mode. You just need to ask for help on this one.
Yeah. And what's tricky is Google's really fickle about whether it cares or not. Like, Google absolutely cares. It really does want you to have an SSL certificate, and it has for years. This is not something new. And sometimes it's going to block people from getting to the pages, like your donation page, because you don't have one, but it doesn't block everyone.
Yeah.
It just blocks some people. So it's fickle, and we don't like that. Okay, so the 5 must-have things. Number 1, test your donation form. Test all the things about it. Test it 17 different ways. Have other people test it for you. Have it on a mobile device. Do it on a desktop. Do it all. 2, get that donation link at the top of the page, above the fold on your website. Link to your specific year-end campaigns. Make sure you've got them funds going to the right things. 4, test your thank you page. Test your thank you emails. And 5, make sure you've got that SSL certificate on there so that way people can actually get to the page. Okay, so those are the must-have things. That seems pretty doable. I mean, the testing the form sounds really tedious, but it's kind of important.
You got this. We have faith in you that you can do these must-do items.
Yes. Okay, so moving on to the fact check list. Fact checklist. So Stacy was talking about earlier how, you're getting this donation in, but then you want to follow up and you want to make sure that you are telling them how to keep talking to you, because what you're trying to do is you get your donation in and then you want to build a relationship with this person, right? It's not just about this one transaction. It's about a relationship. It's about building upon this asset of this relationship. And there are a lot of pieces on your website that could build trust or not build trust based on their accuracy, right? So this list is to make sure that you can continue a relationship with someone. Really, that's what it's all about, right? So the first, and I would say this probably isn't the most common problem, but I do see it on a lot of websites. What is it, Stacy?
The social sharing buttons just link to facebook.com/#.
Mm-hmm. Or they just don't.
Or they don't link
work
at all.
They don't link to anything. Yeah. And then also sometimes there's the share.
Yep.
But the share doesn't work. I'm not just talking about the little icons at the bottom of your site. Those I often see they're there and they don't link to anywhere. They're just it's like when people put them on a menu.
Yeah.
That's supposed to help me find
on
you.
their business card. That's my favorite. I don't know if I've ever been so mad than the day I had to talk about why you shouldn't put your social media icons on your business card, on the most expensive business cards ever, because they took weeks and weeks and weeks to design. But still.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Because they don't actually link to anything.
They don't link anywhere.
No. They don't.
Come on. Make sure your social share buttons work. Make sure your social icons link to the appropriate place. All the things.
If you can, a lot of websites let you put a default graphic in. And if you don't have the power to put a default graphic in for that specific thank you page, you can put a default graphic in for the whole site. And so maybe for the last month of the year, you update that graphic to be I donated.
Yeah.
Or maybe not I donated. That seems a little braggarty. But spread, I don't know, something awesome that people are really going to want to share. A great success story. Something that gets people buzzing. And it's man, I do want to share this. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I would say that this is actually the most likely out-of-date information on your website. Yeah, your staff and board. And their contact information. It's always out of date, right?
I think it's out of date for everyone all the time.
Yeah,
it's just such a bummer.
It is.
We do the same thing.
We're
our
so mad.
own worst client, to be really honest, when it comes to this. But Man, we made a really concerted effort just in the last couple months to make sure that everything on our site is up to date. So it's happening, friends.
I was putting people in timeout. I was like, if you don't have your bio on this website and have it handed into the person putting it on the website, I'm putting you in timeout. That is what's going to happen. You're going to move to the front of the bus. You don't get to hang out with your friends anymore. Okay, so just make sure that you have your recent bios and your recent photos and recent contact information for staff and board members on there. It builds trust. It shows people who's involved in your organization. They might see somebody that they know that might like inspire them to give, right?
Yep. Very good.
Okay. Okay. What's the next thing, Stacy?
The next thing that could potentially be the most out of date thing on your website is your contact information. Does your phone number still work right? Is the email address still going to the right people? Is your mailing address current? Oh man, I just feel like when someone goes to contact you and they can't get through, like nothing makes you feel like a company or an organization like isn't legitimate, or maybe they're just super disorganized, like the wrong contact information.
Yeah. Or it's just not listed where you think it's going to be listed.
Right.
Like it's not on the footer of the page. It's not on a contact page that you can easily find. It's the bottom of the about page. And you're like, why did I have to go here for this? I'm like, that sucks.
Well, I never would have gone there for it. So there's that. Like, I am not your like average, like I'm going to dig for this. Like, especially when I'm trying to give you something, it's like, man, I need the easy button. So give them the easy button on your contact information.
And if you know a piece of your information has changed, did you know that ChatGPT can crawl your site? Mm-hmm. I have ChatGPT crawl sites for me all the time. And I'll be like, hey, ChatGPT, will you show me every instance of this email address on a website and give me the links to all the pages? And it's like, sure.
Yeah, got you, girl.
You can use AI for it. Yeah. Yeah, let's make sure they're right, though.
Yes.
All right. All right. And then I also feel like updating your impact numbers for the year makes a huge difference. You do so much good work all year long. We need to make sure that people know that, especially if you're a younger nonprofit, because your impact numbers could double. They could triple in a year. Like, that's incredible, right? And we need to make sure that people are seeing that you are investing their donations into the promise that you made. And there's no way you can do that faster than by updating your impact numbers. So make sure that you are letting donors know that you are a great steward of their money and that investing in you is making a difference and like allowing you to do things that meet their core values. That's that. There you go. Okay.
100%. I mean, I think we all value nonprofits, and nonprofits are what our communities are built on that make them better. You know, whether it's your nonprofit is helping feed the hungry or helping raise money for the school or helping build mobility carts for third world countries. Like you got to show people that you're doing that, because we wholeheartedly believe that nonprofits make our communities better. And I think that's like a general consensus. So if you can show us what you're doing, man, we're so compelled to donate to you.
Yeah. It's just so easy to lie now. Right? And so having that like updated information, having correct information all over the site, maybe some testimonials if you've got them, like it's important. We need to build a story that resonates with people and that feels real.
Right.
Right? So it's important. Okay, so the fact check list. There's only 4 items on there. You can do it. Click on your social sharing buttons, the ones at the bottom or at the top of your site, and like the actual like share this thing, right? Make sure your staff and board bios are up to date. Double check your contact information everywhere and update your impact numbers. That's it. You can do that. You might even be able to delegate it. Like, I mean, I delegate it to ChatGPT. Oh, sometimes he meets my expectations, and other times I'm like, dude, really? That's not what I asked you to do.
Yeah. Sometimes ChatGPT is like the best intern you ever had, and sometimes it's like the worst intern that like fell flat. But
Yeah.
give it a whirl.
Yeah.
If it can save you time, we condone it for sure.
It just depends on what mood he's in, and if he had a snack.
Yeah.
If he had a nap.
Yep. I mean, that makes us less rusty. I mean, you know.
It is. And cookies. Okay, so then the nice to have things here. We've got 5 nice to have items. So while you're at it, if you got some time and you want to invest because you're, listening to this maybe a month before it ends. Or, hey, actually, you could add these items to your beginning of the year list. All right. So you could do this. This could be like next year. We're going to do this next year.
Yep.
So the first thing I think you need to do is make sure your needs list is updated. And if it's easy to do it right now, if you've got a good cycle to do it, make sure it's updated. Because not everybody can donate money, but some people can donate other things. And some people don't like to donate money. My kids would prefer to make you something or buy you something with their money and give you that thing, because to them it feels like they've done more good if they donate a hat that they bought instead of giving you the money to buy the hat, right? That's their mentality. And I think there's a lot of people like that. So update your needs list and be really specific on your needs list. Make sure it's not just clothing donations. Tell me, what kind of clothes do you need? Do you need winter coats? Do you need boots? What sizes? Girls or boys? Because I don't know. It's kind of like buying a gift of baby clothes for somebody before the baby's born. You're like, I don't know what size they're wearing. I don't even know what they need. She's had 3 kids before this. I think she's got everything, but maybe not. Okay, so let's get specific. All right. The second one. Stacy, this is an important one, and we've talked about this a lot in the past. It was hard to put in this category, but...
Yeah, we really... If you have a year-end goal, making that known, because the people who are really invested in you will push to get you there. And so I know that we have it in the nice-to-have list, but man, it just makes such a difference if you can put it out there and let people see... where you're at, what your momentum is, how they can help and get you there. So
it's going to help with your conversions.
It really does. It really, really does.
Yeah. And especially if you're nearing the end of the campaign and you don't have very far to go, that's an easy thing to show people right there. You can help us get to this spot, which will allow us to do this thing, right? And then also another way that you can absolutely increase conversions is to add matching gift information. Especially if there's a specific organization or person that's matching gifts for this time frame.
Yeah.
That's great information to include, because then they're like, oh my gosh, if I give a gift right now, I can only give $20, but it turns into $40.
Yeah.
Right. So then they feel like they're doing a really big thing. So if you have time to add that to your site and switch it out during the campaign, do that. And if you need to do that kind of stuff and you work on WordPress, there's plugins that will hide and share information based on the day. Oh, yeah. You can work smarter, not harder, friends. You don't have to log in.
I love a good scheduler.
Yes. And Stacy, photos. So I think one of the challenges with nonprofit sites is a lot of the times they have lots of stock imagery on them, or they feel very summer heavy.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you can freshen up your site with photos of the impact that you have and not just oh, we had that one event that we had a photographer come to, and so all the photos on our site are from that one event. If you can spread those out and have some seasonal photos or appropriate photos up there, man, that's just so good. And to show them the work that you're doing now.
And this is another great one to put on next year's list because if this year you're like, you know what, that sounds actually like a great idea. We have a lot of year-end activities that go on, but we don't do a very good job of taking photos of them. That's awesome. And you can even delegate that to a board member or a junior board member because I'm telling you, young people, I sound like an old person right now, but I can delegate photos to like any kid and they're super happy to take 100,000 of them.
Yep.
It's like they want to be part of that and that's easy for them to do. We actually did that at a retreat this year to make Aveline feel more like Aveline is, what is she, 11 now? Wow.
Seems impossible.
But we wanted her to feel like she had a part in our retreat and she doesn't always like latch on to everything we're doing. So we gave her a camera and we told her to take pictures and some of them were really weird. But
she had some really good ones too.
Yeah, she did. And so you can make that a goal for next year that you need to have more seasonal photos or more actual photos and just start throughout the year doing that.
Yep. I think another.
Okay, so another.
Go ahead. I think another way to just increase your donations is to highlight your recurring donation options. So if you can get someone who, even if they're going to give a smaller amount, maybe they're only giving $10 a month. Well, the likelihood that they would only give $50 at the end of the year is pretty high, but now you're getting $120 because they signed up for recurring donation, you know? So those are gold. They're so good. So if you have the ability, have some recurring donations. That is really helpful.
Yeah, especially if you can explain where those funds are going to go, how these little donations help, like give them the backstory and make sure it works.
For sure.
I've seen some of these recurring donation forms that look like they were cobbled together. And I'm like, this does not make me think I should be putting my credit card in here for you to use into the future.
For sure.
So make sure
For sure.
it doesn't suck. And then last but not least, I know we talk about this like a lot on this podcast, like a lot. So when I tell you that I want you to go out and test your site speed, you're like not even surprised if you've listened to us speak before. But here's the trick. The stuff needs to work on a mobile phone because that's where a lot of people are going to give. Every year, I give at the end of the year on my phone to nonprofits. It's on my phone. I never, you know why? Because I took the week off, okay? Yep. I did, and I'm not sitting down at my computer. You would literally have to drag me there and chain me to it, not doing it. And so, and a lot of people don't even have home computers anymore. They'd have to take out their laptop. It's just easier to do it on a phone. Okay, so things load even slower on a phone. Now I'm sitting there waiting. It could be Christmas Eve. I might want to make a gift. I'm waiting. And then suddenly dinner starts. Or a kid interrupts me. Can we open presents? Hey, Mom, come over and look at this cool thing I just built with my new Legos. You know what just happened? You didn't get your donation because I was waiting for your form to pull up. Yes. Okay. And last but not least, those donation forms require more processing power than a normal page. So they load slower than a normal page. Test them.
Yes.
Test them.
Use Monica's first work boyfriend, not ChatGPT. That's your second. No, that was your second work boyfriend.
My second boyfriend.
GT Metrics. You can use. There's other tools like Google Page Speed Insights.
That one does really good for mobile because it runs a separate report for mobile. And you'll cry when it tells you your mobile score.
It's so sad.
That's always so sad.
Monica's third boyfriend was Claude AI. Is current. That's our current boyfriend, our current work boyfriend.
Yeah. Those are all softwares, okay?
They're all softwares. There's not even actual humans there.
They're not actual humans. But I talk about them enough that my my husband is probably like, oh, so you were playing with Claude again today, huh?
It's awesome.
Yes, and you can see all the things that I can get Claude to do. It is just
dang it!
amazing.
If only Claude could fold the laundry and do the dishes.
Or pick my kids up from their activities and drive them to another town.
That would be so helpful.
That would be great.
All right, that was a bunny trail. But use Monica's first work boyfriend or Google Page Speed Insights or something like that to test your site speed.
Yep, it's not hard. You literally just type in your URL. and it'll spit out a report for you. So there you go. Okay, and the reason I put that at the end was because I really don't think between now and like the kickoff of your campaign, or even now and the end of your campaign, is the right time for you to deal with a bunch of load time issues. There are some small things that you might be able to fix, but this is another thing that's got to go on next year. So if you find that the page loads really slowly and you didn't get as many online donations as you wanted to, then that could be a problem that you need to fix before next year, so that way you can improve your results next year, because this isn't the only time you're doing year-end giving. You're going to do it every year, and it's going to get better every year, and it's going to be awesome. All right, so let's wrap up this awesome costume party. We talked about it. I'm going to say it one last time. You probably can't do all this stuff before year-end giving kicks off. Make sure that you do the mission critical things. Tackle the rest as time allows. Delegate some of it. Make a list for the new year. This could be a goal setting list. I mean, a slightly outdated looking working donation form definitely beats out something that like doesn't work at all, right? So just make sure it works. And yeah, especially if you use this as like a future pacing list, you can improve your results exponentially next year by just making sure that you get it all done. Yep. All right. So our next episode, Stacy may or may not hang out with me again to record the next episode. It kind of depends on how much time she has, but we're going to talk about homepage design tips. Ooh. Ah. And I have a feeling that some of these tips that we gave you here may resurface on that list.
For sure.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about it at the beginning of the year, because we find that a lot of people start assessing their website at the beginning of the year, and they always start on the homepage. And a lot of the times that's like the most involved page on your site. There's a lot of trends coming forward. There's a lot of things that you probably shouldn't be doing anymore. And we will talk about all of them in our next episode. So subscribe, stay in touch, and we look forward to hearing from you.
I love it.
And until next time, go forth and market with purpose.
Bye, friends.
Thank you. And of course, thank you to our Make Create resource sponsor, our year-end campaign planning checklist. This checklist outlines a monthly breakdown of activities and campaign messaging goals from September to January. It talks about how to market your year-end giving campaign using social media, emails, and peer-to-peer fundraising. Plus, it links to resources for more support and offers answers to commonly asked questions. So hop on over to mayecreate.com, that's MAYECREATE.com, and click on our resources section to download your copy of our year-end campaign planning checklist.